Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, Melissa Joan Hart is here, talking her new movie, The SantaCon, and what it was like to co-star with Wendy. And the holiday gift grab continues, with more chances for you at home to win. Plus, Wendy's breaking down all of today's hottest topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Choices. And those people over there, my co-host, my studio audience. How you doing? I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Welcome. Have a seat, everybody. Take a load off. So, you know, this relationship with Miley Cyrus and Patrick Schwarzenegger, I like to keep an eye on this because it's very interesting. You know, at first, Maria didn't like Miley, thinking that Miley is going to be the demise of her Patrick, who's a college student, who they want to be a politician. Only it's 2014, and I think that, and Patrick is also a really good-looking person, and sorry for stereotyping, but this guy looks like he parties on his own. He gets it in. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Plus, he's a Kennedy, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a way like what we all did when we were 22, right? Yeah. Right. And, Miley Cyrus has been blamed for him being, Miley has been blamed for dragging him into the party animal situation. But I've been saying all along, I bet you he probably is a secret partier and has been for years. I bet you there are tricks that this Schwarzenegger kid could teach Miley. Well, it turns out I was correct. Patrick allegedly takes Miley to the strip clubs and pushes her partying to the limits. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Like, if you think about it, we all get impressed at first because he's a Kennedy Schwarzenegger and he's a nice-looking man and he's one of the few, you know, young people who hasn't dyed his hair pink, you know. And he looks nice and normal, but looks can be very deceiving. For instance, this kid is a college student. It's not like he has the same kind of discipline, although he does have that pizza spot at the Grove. You know, he bought a pizza spot at the Grove. That's that outdoor mall, you know, in L.A. But you can have people run that, and those few coins that he might have been charged, you know, to open the pizza place are nothing in the big picture of him being an heir to a dynasty. I think that Miley's probably more responsible than this kid, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though she's walking around with clear pants and a tinseled wig, and it looks like he's saying, oh my, like he's shocked. I believe the total opposite. First of all, Miley has been a performer. She's 22, you know. And so is he, like that. Anyway, she's been a performer since she was a little girl with Hannah Montana. She comes from a show business family, and I do believe that she has the discipline to know when to stop partying, to go to bed and wake up early. Don't forget to set your alarm. We hear a lot about Miley, and we say a lot about her, but I've never heard that she's late or a no-show or a mean-spirited person, you know, like disrespectful either to other people or her career. I mean, this costume right here, you know, she was wearing this, she was at that Art Basel, we were talking about that the other day, that big art show in Miami, and she performed, so she's wearing a performance outfit. Now, she did take a long, hard pull on the stage, you know. She did, but this is what, you know, blew it in the air and announced to the people watching her that, you know, she normally doesn't smoke during the week, but she said, but because she's in Miami, she figured it'd be okay. And I'm not saying drugs are right. I'm not saying, you know, hard partying is right. I'm not saying any of the above. All I'm trying to let you understand is that I believe that Miley has a bit of responsibility that we all don't see. But she knows she's not going to let this boy derail her career. Not even if he's you know what I mean? You know, when I was 22, I remember feeling that I would never let a boy derail my career, you know. Now, husbands are a different story. Husbands, no, you know, men are a different story, you know, because sometimes we lose our hearts in relationships if you say you're 37 or something like that. But when I was 22, I was fiercely ambitious, wanting to be this radio personality that I wanted to be. And at that point, I'd already graduated from college. I was on my way to my first job. But I had a boyfriend through my junior and senior year in college. And I knew that I would be breaking up with him in the name of my career. I'm just saying. You know, you need a little boyfriend. It was lonely and cold in Boston. You know, but, you know, when I graduated, I already had my first job secured in the Virgin Islands. I worked, you know, my 4-hour radio shift for $3.25 an hour, and I knew there were a few things that I was not going to let stop me in my path. Number one, getting pregnant before it's time. Right? Well, listen, babies are a blessing, but sometimes you have to squint and see the blessing when you're, you know. But, you know, the other thing is I knew I was making no money at all. Back then, you know, you use stamps to send stuff. You know, I knew that those few coins I was making, I was going to have to use for stamps to send out my tapes to get radio jobs. And that I knew my parents would accept collect calls from me, but I don't have time. I didn't have any time for some sappy-hearted boyfriend flying back and forth. Even though I have a soft heart, it wasn't soft back then when it came to my career. My career always came over everything else, you know, which I guess maybe why I'm sitting here now. I mean, it's no longer like that. It's no longer like that, but I think that sometimes when girls are really young and they don't have that priority in their minds, because somebody had mentioned about Miley in my meeting, they said, do you think that she will fall so hard for him that it will begin to affect her career in a negative way? I said, no, Miley's not cut from that cloth. I think that she'll be just fine. Besides, they won't be around next year together, I don't think. This is just a little something, something. All right, let's move along. Pretty arrangement. Isn't this beautiful? You know, all of our arrangements are always real, in case you're wondering. At home, I love a fake plant. You know? Because nobody has time of the day to be pruning and watering and stuff. Anyway, really pretty. So Len Goodman is leaving Dancing with the Stars. All right, well, who's sad? Clap. Well, he's leaving at the end of the season, so you have into the end of the end of next season. So you've got a whole nother year. He's like the Barbara Walters of judges. He announces he's leaving a year before he leaves. Anyway, the reason that he's leaving, they say, is because you know, he's been tired. He's flying back and forth, you know, the British Dancing with the Stars and then our country Dancing with the Stars. And he flies back and forth, I would imagine, a lot. And he's 70 years old, although he looks a lot older than 70. Doesn't he look a lot older? Well, you know, when you fly a lot, it's dry up there in the cabin. So maybe, I'm just saying. His face might be a little dry from all that flying. Here's the thing, Dancing with the Stars. Since Len is leaving, I've picked replacements. And I've got 2 suggestions. The first one is this year's winner, Alphonse Ribeiro. Dancing with the Stars is big with old people, but not very big with young people. They want young viewership. No, they do. They want younger viewership. You know, they want the 22-year-old girls, and they want the 25-year-olds, and their mother and their grandmother, not just the old people. So by Len being the oldest person, you know, on the panel leaving, this clears the path for, I need a younger male. Male. And he's got to be easy on the eyes. And since Max couldn't do it, you know, he's a good dancer, but he was like bitter at that judging table, so he wasn't a good judge. That was very disappointing because he'd be perfect to judge, you know. But I think Alphonse would be good. Now, 22-year-olds know who Alphonse is because they watch the repeats of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know. America loves him. He clearly can dance. He won. So if it's not Alphonse to replace Len, then my other suggestion is Casper. Well, okay, wait. Everybody, they're fighting and throwing tomatoes in the audience. Okay. First, clap if you think Casper will be okay. I'll try to convince them, and then I'll take another poll. Okay. Here's why I think Casper would be good. First of all, we don't know how he speaks. So part of tuning in would be to hear and see what Jen fell in love with. You know what I mean? I mean, he was linked to royalty, pop royalty, Jennifer Lopez. They left on very amicable terms. There's got to be something to him that a smart businesswoman like Jennifer, who was also in love with love, sees in him. Aren't you curious as to what? That's number one. And not only would we learn, like, how he speaks, whether he has a light voice like David Beckham or a deep voice like this, but we'll also learn his personality. And no, he's like a booty dance. Yeah, he's one of these dancers. He's not a paso doble dancer, but so what? That's another problem with Dancing with the Stars. Like, if you want to bring in younger people, sometimes you do need a little, you know, dancing like that. Okay, I'll take one more survey, Casper. Do you think Casper should work at Dancing with the Stars? Clap. No. And then one phone call from Jennifer. Yeah. And maybe a guaranteed once-a-week visit just to sit in the audience. Anyway, just a thought. Bye, Len. Good luck Dancing with the Stars. So, they say there's a little hiccup in the relationship between two very good friends, Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore. Oh. Now, you know they've been friends for almost 30 years. And you know they were in Charlie's Angels together. Yes. And, but Drew apparently told Cameron that she doesn't think that Cameron's boyfriend, Benji Madden, is marriage material. Now, see, Cameron, who at first didn't care about getting married, doesn't care about having kids, now still doesn't want the kids, but she's marriage-minded now, and she's 39 years old. She's never been married before. Benji Madden is half of Madden Brothers. You know, he's a twin. Their band is built, you know, on family. And he is 33. Oh, he's 35? Mm-hmm. Okay, but he doesn't have children. And I think that, oh, God, Drew... Never met her, but I like her. You know what I mean? Like, she's been through a lot, that Drew Barrymore. So she's on her third marriage, hopefully her final, Drew. You know, she's married to, God, I always remember his name. Will Koppelman, he wears a tie. He's not a rock star. He just looks like a nice young man and probably a really good father to their kids. Do you know what I mean? And a good husband to Drew. But, you know, Drew's been through a lot. Remember, she was in the basement regarding substance abuse and issues being raised as a young girl in Hollywood. And she's really turned her life around. But, Drew, just because you've turned your life around doesn't mean that you should be imparting your advice to Cameron unless she asks for it. Cameron reportedly is furious and thinks that Drew should mind her own business. So do I, but here's the thing. if you watch enough of these housewife shows and these shows on TV where friends are always imparting their advice, like, they begin to make me feel like I'm a bad friend. Because I won't be the one to give you the advice. Like, I know I say a lot here when I'm in the purple chair, and I know I say a lot for Ask Wendy, but in real life, my big sister Wanda, very smart, she told me this years ago. I think I gave her some advice on something, and she turned around and looked at me, and she said, you know, if I don't ask your advice, then don't give it. No, but you want to know what? Words to live by for the rest of my life. If people don't ask, like, not for nothing, I am the type of girlfriend that, and the reason that I think it's a bad girlfriend is because if you watch enough TV, you feel as though women share everything, but in real life, you can't share everything. Like, I am not going to be the one to tell you the 15 pounds that you've gained over the summer is very obvious. Is that a bad friend? Is that a bad friend? I think that's a good friend. I'm not going to be the one to tell you, if you're my friend, that I don't like your boyfriend. Now, if I don't like him for criminal reasons, he would never be invited over to the house. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, but I would never tell a girlfriend that, you know, she needs to pull her bra strap higher because her breasts are down to her knees. No, you know what I'm saying? No. But the most I'll do is say that you have lipstick on your teeth or something. But I would never, I don't know. Clap if you would tell your girlfriend if you didn't like her boyfriend. Clap. I think that there are sneaky ways that you can let somebody know something like that without telling them, and if they're smart enough, they will get it. Like when you sit down with your girlfriend and you're talking, you're having your Pinot or whatever you're doing. When he takes you out, who pays? And then, you know. So if he doesn't have a car and you do, how do you all get around? You know, there's things that you can put in your girlfriend's mind to make her think about it once she leaves your house. But in general, I just say, stay out of grown people's romances. So the Lifetime movie about Whitney Houston is premiering soon. And it stars Yaya DaCosta as Whitney Houston. I think that she looks terrific as a Whitney. This is Angela Bassett's directorial debut. And I've got a sneak peek. It's our hot clip of the day. Roll it.
We need to protect the voice.
I'm a grown woman now, and I'm going my own way.
It's never gonna work, Bobby. You know that.
No!
What do you want? To destroy me?
I promise you she will never come between us. No one will ever. I'm putting everything on the line. My career, everything. I need this to be real.
Baby, you wanted 10.
So, that's that. It looks like a good movie. Whitney, it's called Whitney. It premieres Saturday, January 17th at 8 o'clock on Lifetime. By the way, back to Cameron and Drew. I forgot to tell you why I think it's he's a bad choice for a boyfriend, too. Well, I do, but I'm not her friend, so, you know. Look, listen. You can judge when you're not the friend, and all I'm doing is I'm looking from the outside and saying that Benji Madden is only 35, and he comes from a family with siblings. His brother is married to, Nicole Richie, and they have kids. You don't think that Benji Madden's gonna want a baby or two from his own loins? In the meantime, Cameron doesn't want any kids, and she says it all the time. That right there is the reason that I think that this relationship is a horrible idea. That's all. So the word on the street is Pam Anderson might be leaving Hollywood for a political career. Listen. First of all, I don't know why you all are laughing. Our government is a mess, and they need all the help they can get. And if these two big cannons are going to help somebody change their mind, If she can go around the world with a peace policy and, you know, some nice perfume and entice leaders to sign things, then fine. No, but no. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Pam is a real champion of a lot of causes, including animals and human rights and things like that. She reportedly might want to run for office one day. I'm just saying, she doesn't look like a politician on her worst day. But here's my thought. First of all, you know, when you run for political office, they search into your past. But there's nothing about her that we don't already know. I mean, even as far back as, you know, we can remember, she's always, you know, been, you know, the salacious sex girl. So anything that we find out on the sex side wouldn't surprise us. You know what I mean? And as recently as last week, I was watching one of the shows, I think Extra or something like that, and she was talking about how her female babysitter allegedly molested her when she was young. So, but, you know, Pam is letting it all out. I think, was she promoting a book or something, right?
No.
She was.
Okay.
Do your research. Look, anyway. But my thought is that, yeah, she could pass the vetting out because we already know about her. But if her checks and balances are good now in 2014 for Pam, a lot of you all would vote for her. I don't want to see her run for office, though. I want to see her go to Congress in a business suit with just a sliver of cleavage, you know, and, you know, something like nice and sexy and some cat-eye business glasses or something like that, and like a briefcase. And I want to see her sit in that conference room with the amphitheater and the, you know, the long table, the wood, and the microphones in front of each seat, and lend her voice to various causes. I think that would be terrific. Yeah, so, Pam, I mean, I like to see when famous people, you know, they have some time on their hands and they fly back and forth to Washington and champion causes. Like I was saying, we need all the help we can in this country. So, Pam, whatever you decide, good luck. Everyone keep clapping. We've got more fabulous show for you. From the new Lifetime movie, The Santa Con, the delightful Melissa Joan Hart is here. But up next, it's time for Celebrity Lookalikes. So, don't go away. Gift grab, and I'm giving the hottest gifts to my Wendy watchers. You're all going home with me. Plus, looky, we've got Snooki. She's dishing about her recent walk down the aisle. And Johnny Gill performs live.
Tomorrow on an all-new Wendy.
It's time for Celebrity Lookalikes. I love this. Our first Celebrity Lookalike comes from Charlotte S., who watches The Wendy Show on KZTV in Thompson's Station, Tennessee. Charlotte thinks her granddaughter, Maury, looks like Jennifer Lawrence, the actress. Now, here's Jennifer Lawrence, and here's Maury. What do you think? You know what? It's the smile and the cheeks and whatnot. Yeah, they look similar. What did I say? WZTV. Oh, that's what I did say. It's okay. Keep me in check. Don't let me rail off the road. Our next Celebrity Lookalike comes from Jonathan J., who watches The Wendy Show on WITN in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And Jonathan thinks he looks like the beautiful Zac Efron. So let's take a look at the real Zac. And let's take a look at Jonathan. Oh, my. I have to say, not only do you look like him, but you have a better nose than him. You might be a tad finer than Zac Efron, Jonathan. Okay. Our next Celebrity Lookalike comes from Jason R., who watches The Wendy Show on KRIV in Houston, Texas. Jason thinks his mother, Tanya, looks like Mary J. Blige. Well, let's look at Mary. And let's look at Tanya. I think we have a 100% twin match there. Wow. Thank you for that. Tanya, yeah, go Tanya as Mary. All right. Next celebrity lookalike comes from Angelica T, who watches The Wendy Show on KTTV in Moreno Valley, California. Angelica thinks that she looks like Demi Lovato. So let's take a look at the real Demi Lovato. And let's take a look at Angelica. Lukewarm reception in the audience. I think that you are equally as beautiful, but no, you guys don't look alike. Well, our last celebrity lookalike comes from Casey G, who watches The Wendy Show on WTVT in Spring Hill, Florida. Casey thinks her friend Tony looks like Tom Arnold. So let's take a look at the real Tom Arnold. Now let's take a look at Tony. Yes! Yes! I love it. Thank you so much for participating. If you or someone you know looks like a celebrity, sharing is caring. Go to wendyshow.com. Up next, everybody, the talented and lovely Melissa Joan Hart joins us. We love our first guests from shows like Melissa and Joey and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Well, she's got a brand new project. She's starring and directing in the Lifetime holiday movie called The Santa Con. Take a look.
I can see that you're upset.
Yeah, look, I want your friend and his suitcase out of my house in the next 5 minutes, or you can both leave. And I'm not kidding.
Nick, you didn't tell me your sister owned a yellowtail damselfish? Chrysoptera parasima. I love that species.
You know about tropical fish?
Doesn't everyone? Hey, Nick, did you know that these fish only feed at dusk? Now, how cool is that?
Okay, I want them out by morning. I'm not kidding.
Please welcome Melissa Joan Hart.
Do I have to do the shoe cam?
Yeah, well,
I'm
sure.
excited.
You don't have to, but sure.
Oh, I'll do it.
There you
toe
go.
cleavage. Pinky toe cleavage.
I was trying to figure out when it was that you came to our show, and I know you've been here. I found out.
Yeah.
First season, you were our 20th guest. 20 shows in.
That seems like a lucky number.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So congratulations on the Santa Con.
Thank you. You too.
And thank you for having me in it.
Of course. No,
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
We were so excited. Everyone is so excited, but every time I throw your name out there, they're like, what?
Yeah, I'm playing a pastor.
Yeah. She's basically, not to give anything away, but she's like I keep calling her our angel. She's our angel.
Yeah. It's a pretty big role. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a director, you were firm, but nice.
I like to think of myself as an actor's director because, you know, I'm an actor that's worked with a lot of directors. And so, you know, there's a fine line between, especially for people that have done it for so long, like knowing when to step in and say something and when to let them work out their stuff, you know, and not give line readings and that kind of thing. So it's a fine line to walk with actors and directors. So
yeah, but I mean, but you were good at it. This was not your first time directing, though. Correct?
It wasn't. I've directed since I was 20. I got my DGA card doing Sabrina, and then I did a bunch of TV shows, and I did a short film called Mute, and then I do Melissa and Joey pretty often. But it's not the same, like, doing a show with 4 cameras and an audience and that kind of thing, and the energy and whatnot is different than being the storyteller of a feature. This is my first feature, and really being the storyteller and putting it together and learning everything from the lenses to the filters to the lights. And
yeah, you were talking your talk.
we were using some 18s or 25s with you, and then, you know, like we had some good master shots, and then we went in on some 65s, and so they're just numbers.
But and it was nice, like you and your mother, it was like you had each other's back. You produced that with your mom, right?
My mom and I have had a production company since I was about 17 or 18. When I finished Clarissa, my first show, I forgot
about that. I forgot about Clarissa.
Yeah, when I finished that show, a lot of stuff was coming in for me, asking me to play like drug addicts and all this crazy stuff. My mom was like, she's young, she just came off a kid's show, let's cool it. So my mom went and started us a company called Heartbreak Films, and she found me the project Sabrina. And we made a TV movie and then the series, and so on and so forth. We've created a bunch of different movies and whatnot, and this was one of them. She brought this movie to me. She executive produces Melissa and Joey as well, and so she brought this script to me and said, I want you to direct this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but I'm not going to star in it. I'm only going to do a smaller role.
Right.
And then she insisted on you. So.
Oh, that was nice. And then you have some great people in there. Jaleel White, who you saw.
Jaleel's so funny. John Ratzenberger, Barry Watson plays our star.
Yeah,
and he is just, I mean, that man is not only sexy, sweet, he can do drama. I mean, he pulls off the comedy in this one. He's really fantastic.
Yeah. Your mom, back to your relationship with your mother and that you work together and people introducing you projects, your mom is like one of the original momagers. Back then they called them...
For that time period,
stage moms, I guess.
But I prefer the momager thing, actually, because it's a career, you know, they actually manage your career.
Yeah.
As opposed to stage moms used to stand back and be like, smile, you know, stand straight.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. You know, I got pinched on the arm a lot, like, don't do that. But you know, when there's a manager, it's like, you know, they really want you to have the best career path possible, and they take control of that. And who do you trust more than your mommy?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly.
Now, is she still your manager now?
She's not my manager, but she's my producing partner. So we've been partners since I was 18. So
was it difficult to get rid of her as your manager?
She probably still thinks she's my manager, so but, no. I mean, it was, you know, it's a work relationship, but it's also, she's my mom.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's hurt feelings a lot of time, but then we get over it and we hug and we have Christmas dinner, you know.
Yeah,
so it's like,
nice. So, Melissa, you've managed to forge a normal life for yourself outside of an insane industry. You've been married, I know, for 11 years?
11 years, yeah.
3 boys?
Yeah, aw, there's all my cute kids and my hot husband.
Are you going to try for a girl?
I am not saying we're done yet, but I'm also not saying that I want a girl. I'm terrified of girls. I mean, I have so many boys.
Yeah.
You know, and I grew up in a family of 7 girls. We have 7 girls in my family, but like, I don't know how to do my own hair. If I had to think about hair, my youngest son is obsessed with Elsa. I mean, who isn't, right? Frozen. But we have an Elsa doll for him, and that glitter from that doll alone has littered my house, and I have to like dust bust all the time.
Yes.
I cannot. If I had girls with the glitter on the shoes and the clothes and the hair and the... Forget it, I would lose my mind.
They're very high maintenance. So, I was reading that you're a terrible nurse, like to your family.
Well, yeah, I think that's also why I'm probably pretty good with boys, because I'm like, oh, rub some dirt on it and get outside. But literally, my son came in once, like, bleeding from the head, and I was like, oh, here's a paper towel. But my husband, it's funny, because there's a story about my husband had to have a hernia surgery, and I was actually doing Dance with the Stars, so I couldn't leave. I was in the middle. I was either going to quit the show or, you know, he was going to have to do it without me, and I was like, you know, you should really go see your mommy. Your mommy would be fantastic. Don't you want to be with your mommy when you have surgery? So he went down to Alabama and had surgery, and his mommy and daddy took care of him. And
perfect.
I didn't have to hear the ringing bell or the whining or...
Well, you know what? Boys are easy to nurse when they're younger. When they get to be men, then they're pains in the behind.
And then they're like, it's like, they're like, oh my God, my nose is running. It's like,
yes.
Shut up.
Exactly.
I gave birth.
Now, as if you're not doing enough, you also have a clothing line?
Yes, I do. I'm very excited about it.
And it's for the boys.
Yeah, it is, because I couldn't find anything out there for my boys that I thought that wasn't like a licensed character, you know? And so we started a jean and t-shirt line called King of Hearts, and it's graphic tees, and then there's also, the boys, this is some of the stuff they're wearing. So that's one of our chambray shirts and our camo shorts, and the spring line will launch March 1st, and we're designing the whole fall line. It's all made in America, and I'm super proud of it. It's very small. It's only 12 SKUs right now. We only have 12 products right now, and it'll be available online and in boutiques March 1st.
Nice. Well, thanks from moms everywhere. Okay, so up next, everybody, Melissa's going to grab a gift from under our Wendy tree, and whatever she grabs is for you and our studio audience, so don't go away. It's a happy holiday on Wendy. We've got your hot topics wrapped and ready. A real, authentic Christmas. And 'tis the season for blockbusters. Entertainment Weekly is going to tell us which movies are naughty, nice, or never mind.
Thursday on an all-new Wendy.
It's our holiday gift grab. And this year, we've got bigger and better surprises. Oh! And more chances for you to win at home. All this week. Whether you've been nice or even a little naughty. Unwrap all the details on my Facebook page. Joan Hart, and it's time for our holiday gift grab. But before we do that, I want to congratulate you. I did not realize, New York Times, she was just telling me, out of 31 holiday movies.
I think it was 31 holiday movies that they tried to watch. They were going to watch 10 minutes of each. They could only make it through 5, and ours was one of them.
Whoa. That was nice. Congratulations.
Lovely.
All right, Melissa, go to the Wendy tree and pick a gift. Whatever you grab, the entire audience is going home with it.
Bigger? Bigger like this one? This one? Wait. One week, can I do 2?
Go ahead,
I'm gonna do 2.
Okay.
Let's see here. So I just open it?
Yes,
Should I just open it. You guys ready?
Rambo's got the camera shot. Okay. Let me tell you what this is. This is a customized signature necklace from Brevity. That's mine at the top, Wendy Hunter, and this down here is Melissa's signature.
Oh my God. That's
Melissa
a mess,
Joan.
which obviously that's my signature is a total disaster.
Which
but you
means
can see
that
the
they're good
heart and the M and the squiggle. That is totally my signature. That's amazing.
They're good at what they do at Brevity. Okay. What they do is they take your handwriting and make it into a fabulous gold necklace. Look how great they turned out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do your kids' handwriting or something maybe?
Kids' handwriting too. Studio audience, you're all going home with your very own Brevity necklace. It's valued at $295. You sign your names and you'll have your own custom one too. Melissa, let's take a look at the second box.
Ready?
Watch this.
What is this?
I picked this myself. You're gonna love it. There you go. Of unique and high-quality gifts at incredible prices. If you're a foodie, they've got that. If you're a pet lover, they got that. If you're entertaining, you want to organize, it's all about home goods. And studio audience, you're all going home with a $150 gift card. Home goods. Our at-home viewers, you do have a chance to win these great things here. Just go on my Facebook page. That's wendyshow.com. Hit the Facebook page. Happy holidays. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
So good to see you again. The SantaCon airs Saturday night at 8 o'clock on Lifetime. Ask Wendy is next. Make your feed a little more fabulous. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for hot topic updates, candid pictures, and of course, behind-the-scenes dish. Get in on the conversation today. Everybody, you know, you just never know who's going to show up at this crazy show. I recognize you from the ShopRite. You're my grocery buddy.
That's me.
Look at us all fixed up on the TV now. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
What is your name?
My name is Anna.
Anna, nice to see you here.
Nice to see you. And I have a husband of 44 years who recently retired. He was a bar owner. And now he's become a couch potato.
Oh, no.
And I have so much energy. How do I give him my energy and get him off the couch?
You plan the activities. After being married for 40-something years, it's not insulting for, you know, a woman to plan the activities and just kind of, you know, bring him along for the fun. My dad is a couch potato, too, in a lot of ways. My mother's always planning stuff, you know, to get him out of the house so that...
Drag him along.
Yes. Yeah, so you do the planning.
Good idea.
All right.
Great advice.
See you around the neighborhood.
See you around the neighborhood.
Yes. How you doing?
My name is Ravik, and I've been married for 7 years, and my husband has a problem with an ex that I'm friends with. We dated for about 6 months maybe, but this was like closer to 15 years ago. How do I make my husband understand that having a friendship with him is not a threat to our marriage?
How come you told him that that was your ex-boyfriend? I mean, if it was only 6 months, then you didn't even have to mention that.
See, the thing is, we were on a break. My husband and I were on a break when I started dating him, so he kind of found out that way.
Wait, you were married when you dated this fella?
No, I wasn't married.
Okay.
I was with my husband.
Okay, your boyfriend and girlfriend. You
Right.
and your husband.
Yes.
A boyfriend and girlfriend. And how long had you been dating prior to the break that you took?
Long, long time.
A long, long time. And while you were on that break, you got together with the new boyfriend of 6 months.
Yes.
And you never knew the boyfriend of 6 months prior to meeting your husband.
No.
Well, if I were your husband, I'd have a problem with this also.
Why?
Because this is a man whose arms you ran into for comfort and solace. Whether you know what, whether you slept with him or not, it doesn't even matter. That emotional thing sometimes is a lot harder, especially for us women who are soft and pink.
Yeah, but that was like almost 15 years ago.
I don't care. I don't care. What is to say that if you and your husband run through another rough patch that you won't call this same fella who comforted you before?
Well, see, here's the thing, Wendy. Now, he was an okay boyfriend, but he's a great friend. So it just didn't, it's not something that I would ever see me.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't wreck your happy home with somebody who doesn't really matter like that, okay? Very well, very well. Up next, everybody, I'm going to challenge an audience member to a game of Race the Clock, so don't go far. Play a game we call Race the Clock, but like I always tell you, I like to call it Race My Heart, because as soon as I'm up against the clock, I feel like boom, 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 boom. So you hang in there, okay? Let's meet our player. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Jasmine from the Bronx. How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing, Jasmine? What do you do for yourself?
I work in sports sponsorship.
Very nice. Nice day off?
Yes.
Thanks for coming here. Okay, so Jasmine's gonna have 30 seconds on the clock, and here's your question. Don't help her, okay? We showed you the trailer of Whitney Houston's Lifetime movie during Hot Topics. Whitney had 11 songs hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Can you name 3 Whitney songs? And go!
I Will Always Love You. Your Love Is My Love.
Okay.
And,
oh, come on.
Oh, what is this song? For You I Will. No, that's Monica. Heartbreak Hotel. No? Okay, so I want to dance with somebody.
Yeah! Congratulations! Congratulations! You got it. And for that, huh? That was only 2? Let's give it to her anyway! Yay! Congratulations. We're sending you to Koi Restaurant here in Manhattan. The food is fabulous. And we'll be right back. So. I had fun, gotta run. Tomorrow, the newly married reality star Snooki stops by. Plus, R&B singer Johnny Gill is here to perform a medley of his latest hits. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.